We spend our lives running from pain, from heartbreak, loss, failure, and silence. We build walls around our hearts and call it wisdom. We numb ourselves and call it peace. But what if the very thing we call pain is the universe's oldest teacher? What if the path to our greatest strength lies not in avoiding suffering, but in walking directly through it? Nietzsche once said, "One must still have chaos in oneself to give birth to a dancing star." It's a haunting line because it suggests that creation, growth, even beauty itself, come not from comfort but from chaos. Think about it. Every scar you carry is proof that you confronted something that could have broken you on, yet it didn't. Pain doesn't just shape the soul, it carves it. It teaches you empathy, resilience, and a depth you never knew you had. It forces you to see what comfort always hides. The most profound art, the most moving poetry, the most unforgettable music, they all come from a place of suffering. Without sorrow, there is no song. Without despair, there is no transcendence. Suffering refines us, the way fire refines gold. It burns away the trivial and leaves behind what is pure, what is essential, what is truly you. The Danish philosopher Kierkegaard called despair the sickness unto death, a terrifying thought. But he also believed that this very despair is the birthplace of faith, not necessarily religious faith, but faith in the act of becoming. He argued that to truly live, you must first stand face to face with meaninglessness, with the abyss of your own existence, and then, consciously, choose to live anyway. That choice, that leap into the unknown, is where the soul begins to awaken, because pain forces us to confront the one question most people spend their entire lives avoiding. Who am I when everything I think defines me is gone? And the answer, whispered through the silence, is always the same. I am what remains. It's in that moment of stripping away that you discover the unshakable core of your being. Nietzsche didn't just talk about suffering, he lived it. Crippled by debilitating illness, profound isolation, and eventual madness, he still wrote with a fierce passion about joy. But his idea of joy wasn't about simple pleasure or fleeting happiness. It was about strength forged in pain. He called it amor fati, the love of one's fate. It's the radical act of loving not just the good parts of life, but everything. To say yes to life, in its breathtaking beauty and its crushing brutality. For Nietzsche, pain wasn't an obstacle to greatness. It was the very substance of greatness. Because only through suffering do we become what we are truly meant to be. We all know his famous line, "What does not kill me makes me stronger." But what he really meant was something deeper. What does not kill me forces me to shed my illusions and see reality for what it is. And then there's the poet, Rainer Maria Rilke, who offered a gentler perspective. He once wrote, "Perhaps everything terrible is in its deepest being, something helpless that wants help from us." What a revolutionary idea. He saw suffering not as an enemy to be conquered, but as a fragile visitor, something to be held, understood, not feared. To suffer consciously is to listen, to tune into the frequency of your own soul and hear what your wounds are trying to tell you. Every heartbreak teaches humility. Every loss teaches the hard lesson of impermanence. Every failure teaches patience and the grace to begin again. Pain isn't the end of the road. It's the sharp, unexpected turning point where your soul finally starts to see with new eyes. It's an invitation to a deeper level of awareness. But today, we've forgotten this ancient truth. We live in a culture addicted to comfort. We crave instant gratification. We drown ourselves in endless distraction. We fill every moment with constant noise. We avoid silence because silence makes us feel. We numb ourselves with screens, with busyness, with the hollow validation of likes and shares, anything to avoid the fundamental ache of being alive. But the cost of avoiding pain is the death of depth. Without pain, there is no genuine compassion. Without struggle, there is no hard-won wisdom. And without sorrow, how could we ever truly understand the profound beauty of joy? By shielding ourselves from the darkness, we inadvertently dim our own light. Think of the phoenix. In nearly every ancient mythology, this magnificent creature must burn before it can rise from its own ashes. Every rebirth begins in destruction. Suffering is that fire. It strips away everything you thought you were, your pride, your illusions, your desperate need for control. It burns and burns until all that's left is something raw, something real, something unbreakable. Pain doesn't purify the body, it purifies the spirit. It teaches you the most profound lessons: how to love without possession, how to hope without certainty, and how to live without the heavy armor you've carried for so long. And maybe that's the incredible secret hidden within it all. The beauty of suffering is that it gives meaning to everything that follows. It is, as the poet said, the wound that lets the light in. So the next time pain visits, and it will, don't run. Don't numb yourself. Don't immediately try to fix it. Just for a moment, be still, sit with it, listen to it, ask it, gently, what it's trying to teach you, because somewhere inside that hurt, a seed of incredible strength is growing quietly in the dark. As Rilke also said, let everything happen to you, beauty and terror. Just keep going. No feeling is final. Remember that. Maybe you're not breaking down. Maybe, just maybe, you're breaking open. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If this resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more reflections on life's deepest questions. Stay strong and keep going.